Mic check 1 2. You know the vibes. Regular Mike, aka Mike Sweeting, aka El Snacko, aka Young Trail Mix, aka Kodak Snack. We are back. The regular Mike show, the regular Mike show, the regular Mike show 16. Yeah, we back, man. Finally, we got some hip hop to talk about. This is the Iceman episode. I'm telling y'all right now, out the gate, inside 1 minute. This is the Iceman episode. You heard this. The majority of this episode will be talking about Iceman and the albums that was released along with it by the one and only Aubrey Drake Graham. Finally, the Iceman has cometh. Pause. Yeah, man. But before we get to the Iceman, I'm gonna catch y'all up. I mean, I know I ain't did an episode in a minute. It's hard to get an episode cracking in. I'm not gonna lie, because I spent a lot of time writing jokes and editing jokes. I'm really trying to listen. I don't think y'all understand this comedy shit is a passion. You heard? Like, I put my all into this shit every day. So instead of coming home from work and doing an episode like I used to do, or even on my days off while I'm running around trying to squeeze 30 minutes into doing an episode like I used to do, I spend that time obsessing over jokes and going over my open mic performances and my stage performances and just trying to be great, man. Just trying to correct what needs to be corrected and just get better every day, man. So that's all I've been up to. You know what I'm saying? I got a show coming up June 11th at Brokerage in Belmore. The Great Long Island Laugh Off is a competition where they allow up and coming comedians based in Long Island to get a little chance to compete and win some prizes. But what's most important to me is the stage time. You know what I mean? So my round one show is June 11th at 7:30 at Brokerage in Belmore. I got 5 minutes to impress the judges and hopefully move on to another opportunity to take the stage. If you're watching this and it's not June 11th and you based in New York and you want to pop out, pop out. You heard? I'm gonna put the link in the description. The link for the tickets in the description. Come on out, man. Listen, another thing I'm gonna tell you about this comedy thing, man. I know I haven't posted any of my performance online. I'm gatekeeping, man. I'm not lying. I'm gatekeeping my stand-up, man. Everything I've done, I have it on video. Everything I've done, I have it. I'm gatekeeping. I send it out to little select people who are not based in New York City and just to give them the experience because they can't show up in person. But if you based in New York City, you could come out. So why would I give you the video when you could see the real? You heard? But yeah, I'm definitely gatekeeping my stand-up comedy until I feel like I'm good enough. I don't feel like I'm there yet, so I'm not sharing. Eventually I'll feel good about it. I'm hoping by the end of this summer I'll feel good enough about where I am in my journey to start sharing on social media. But I'm not there yet. I'm still putting in the work, man. You don't serve the food unfinished. You know what I'm saying? This comedy shit is a marathon. This shit is not a fucking sprint. This is a marathon. This is a long process, man. I've been doing this shit. It's 2026. I've been really, really doing it since like 2021. I've been on stage since it's 2026. I've been on stage. My first stage show was 2023, I believe. 2022, 2020. I think it was 2023. And now my first comedy club performance 2026. So I'm making my progressions, you know what I'm saying? 5 years in. And we moving along, man. Thank you everybody for the support. You heard. And I just want y'all to keep rolling. I'm still doing my content. I'm still doing my pods. I'm still doing my sports takes. You know what I mean? We about to mix in the skits. I'm about to bring back the snack reviews heavy. You know what I mean? We trying to listen. Plate is full. plate is full as hell. But you know what? We eating. Word. Also, real quick, we just gonna do sports real quick because as I record this, the Eastern Conference Finals is finally set. Cavaliers, Knicks, game 1 at the Garden. And we just going, we listen, Knicks. We talk to the Knicks real quick. We talk to the Knicks and they fans real quick, man. Knicks, now's the time, Knicks. All right. Cleveland or Detroit, I felt like whoever won that series, the Knicks was going to be the superior team to either one, even Detroit. I know Detroit smoked their boots during the regular season, but this is not the regular season. It's the playoffs, baby. Knicks versus the Cavs. I think the Knicks got the upper hand. I think the Knicks have better depth across the board, more versatile players, more well-rounded players. The Knicks have the better defensive team. Yeah, JB is a liability on defense, and yeah, Cat does goofy shit. But when you got OG and you got Mikal Bridges, and then you got Josh Hart who plays a little bit of defense, you know what I'm saying? You got Mitch off the bench that plays defense. The Knicks, you know what I'm saying? They got the better defensive team. Cavs got playmakers. Donovan Mitchell, playmaker. James Harden, playmaker. Dennis Schroeder is tough off the bench. But the Cavs got a lot of white folks on their team, man. Like I've noticed in today's NBA, if you got a certain amount of white folks, especially in this playoffs, if you got a certain amount of white folks in your rotation, you're not advancing. Lakers, Celtics. Who else got multiple whites in their rotation that didn't advance? I mean, listen, let's look at the teams that's left. The Knicks don't even have a white in their rotation. Then you got the Cavs. They got Dean Wade. They got Strus. And they got Merrill. Do they got any other whites in their rotation? That's 3 right there. So they out of there just by way of that. You know what I'm saying? I got the Knicks winning in 6 and advancing to the NBA Finals. Knicks, it's time, man. It's time, man. You got to give the people what they want, man. You heard? I got the Knicks in 6, man. I got let me see, what kind of series is it gonna be? I think it's gonna be a offensive series for sure. But the Knicks could get stops. We know Jim Harden gonna do what Jim Harden does in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Spider Mitchell, he's a great scorer. He's a great player, but you know, I think the Knicks got something for him, man. He might have one nuclear game in the series, but I think the Knicks got something for him, man. Evan Mobley is the wild card. If Evan Mobley all of a sudden decides to play like a big dog, that's when the Knicks got to start looking at what kind of adjustments to make because he's the wild card because he, you know, versatile player. He got size. He got the ability to shoot the little midi. He could hit a 3 every now and then. He could defend, block shots. He could defend a pick and roll. Yeah, man. So yeah, I got the Knicks winning in 6, man. But let's get to it, man. We here to talk Iceman. Shout out to Drake. Finally dropped Iceman May 15th. To everybody's surprise, he dropped 3 albums. He dropped Iceman along with Habibi and Maid of Honor. It seems like all 3 albums have a different theme and a different style of music. And listen, I'm gonna just talk about my listening experience. Pretty much. I'm not. This is not a review. I'm gonna just tell y'all how I feel. From the day I press play, from day 1 to today. You know what I mean? It dropped midnight Friday. Today is shit. It's almost 1 a.m. Sunday to Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I had 72 full hours with the projects. I'm gonna just come right out the gate. Habibi and Maid of Honor, I only listened to once. I'm not going back. I wanted to focus my time on Iceman because I felt like Iceman was what everybody was waiting for. My initial reaction to the Iceman album was I wasn't overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Like I came into it, I remember sharing online, I really want this album to be a great album. I really want this album to be a classic because hip hop need that. Hip hop need its greats to be resilient. Like if you think about the moments where rappers got into battles. Their next album was always something that everybody looked towards, you know what I'm saying? And if you think about Jay-Z, when he came out of that loss from with Nas, which was probably the biggest rap battle outside of, before the Kendrick Drake, Jay-Z came back with Blueprint 2, double album. For some reason, these rappers, they come back, they got a ton of songs when they come out these rap losses. It's kind of crazy. When Drake came out of Pusha T loss, he hit us with Scorpion double album. Now he coming out with the Kendrick loss with the triple album. It's kind of crazy. I guess you get super creative and you in search of what you want to talk about. Got a lot more to talk about when you coming out of the battle loss. But yeah, Jay-Z came out of the Blueprint 2, came out of the battle with the Blueprint 2. He was still talking his little Nas shit on the Blueprint 2, you know what I'm saying? But his songs were good. Blueprint 2 song, by the way, we still waiting on the flutes. We still waiting on the flutes. That album came out decades ago. We still waiting on Unleash the Flutes on them, Guru. When are you going to bring the flutes out? Are we still waiting on the flutes? But that song was fire. He was talking his little shit about Nas post-battle. It was cool. We was cool. But then he gave us classic songs on there like Hovey Baby, Show You How. What else he gave us on there? He gave us a classic performance on that Blueprint 2. Is it a classic? No, but he gave us classic records. And that's what we was looking for. We wanted Jay-Z to come back. Nope. We wanted Jay-Z to come back sounding like Jay-Z. If not a better version of him. You know what I'm saying? So he gave us Hovey Baby. He gave us some bullshit on there too. I ain't gonna lie. He gave us Somehow, Some Way. Some People Hate. He gave us Show You How, Bitches and Sisters. Those are all classic songs. So he came out, he gave us some classics. You know what I'm saying? So did Drake come out and give us some classics? I think Drake came out and gave us some good songs, some great songs. I didn't get the feel on first listen of, all right, this is some shit. Like on first listen, I wasn't wowed. You know what I mean? It was very monotonous album. Iceman, I'm talking about. Very monotonous. It all sounds the same on first listen. It all sounds the same on first listen. I will say that. It got a bit redundant, but never redundant enough to turn off. It's just enough to like, all right, you know what I'm saying? All right, I see what's going on. He getting his little shit off. You know what I'm saying? He barring up or whatever. The production is on first listen. The production seems pretty regular. You know what I'm saying? Just real regular. Like the first listen experience was real regular. I'm not gonna lie. The first listen experience was real regular. Nothing really jumped out like that off Iceman where I was like, ooh, okay. You know what I mean? I feel like the biggest banger on Iceman is What Did I Miss? And What Did I Miss is a year old, damn near, right? Almost. What Did I Miss is a banger still. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people fronted on it when it came out. I know people was cold on Drake. What Did I Miss is a banger. The beat on that shit knocks. You know what I'm saying? I really like the song structure on What Did I Miss when it came out. That was one of them keepers from everything he was throwing out there at that time, where it seemed like he didn't know what he wanted to do. But What Did I Miss is a banger. You know what I mean? But as I got into listening to the album and kind of getting into it, it's a good album. It's a good album. I'm not gonna give it, like I said, I'm not gonna give it no review. I'm gonna tell y'all the joints that I like. On first listen, I was saying it's 5 out of 18 was a keeper, was keepers. You know what I'm saying? 5 out of 18 on first listen was keepers. And I was just like, I don't know, because 5 for 18 from the floor is a nasty game. I felt like Drake's floor game on the first listen was nasty. You was out there flopping and shit, trying to get calls, and you wasn't getting no calls out there, big dog, with these records. But you know what? After reviewing the game footage, I'm keeping more than 5. I'll tell you all my keepers right now. The lead track, Make Them Cry, fire, out the gate. That was the first song I listened to when I'm listening to this song. I'm like, all right, I know Drake intros is usually super dope. You know what I'm saying? So the intro song is dope, just like every other Drake album. But Make Them Cry is a keeper. Whisper My Name is a keeper. Janice Shut the Fuck Up is a keeper. What else is a keeper? National Treasures is a keeper. Bees on the Table I like. What did I miss? Um, that's where it kind of slows down for me as far as keepers. I don't really know where else I would go after that. How many was that? Make Them Cry, Whisper My Name, Janice. Um, Make Them Pay is a keeper. National Treasures. What did I miss? I like Bees on the Table. 7. Make Them Remember, which was the leak. The 1 a.m. in Albany leak. 8. So Firm Friends, Make Them Know. Firm Friends, I'm not too sure. Make Them Know for sure. So I would say 9 out of 18. Decent ratio. From how we started. We went from 5 to 9. But once I started getting into the joints, I'll give a couple of little critiques real quick. Janice, Shut the Fuck Up is the best song on the album. I'll tell you why I like it. Obviously, the Chris Moltisanti sample, Janice Soprano is who he's talking about. Janice Soprano is who Chrissy was talking to on the sample. I like the joint on there. The beat is knocking. I like the raps. I like the song structure. I like when Drake jumps between melodies and raps. That's the Drake that I enjoy the most. You know what I'm saying? I like the little voice effect on there. I like the little bridge that he got on there. That joint is fire. Make Them Pay. Make Them Pay. The production is probably the best production, I would say. And I think that's the free. I Want to Be Free sample. That's the best production on there to me. But the only thing I didn't like about Make Them Pay is he overused similes in that joint. Like I was like, I'm listening to the joint, and I'm like, why does he keep using similes? Simile is a comparison using like or as, and he uses like. I counted. He used so many similes. He used 14 similes in that song, I believe. I took a count. I wrote the shit down. Yes, he used 14 similes. That's too many similes, man. You simile us down. God damn. And similes, to me, similes are lazy. To me, similes is lazy rapping. That's just how I feel. I'm not a rapper, but similes is lazy rappers. We got to mix in some metaphors. We got to mix in some analogies. You know what I'm saying? Doubles. Similes is mad lazy to me, Jack. Because a simile you going to get, I feel like a simile don't have no replay value, because a simile, once you hear it once, you got it and you move on. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's clever or not, like he said, you envy me like Nevada. Nah. He said, what was another one he said in that joint? I got them all in arenas like Gilbert Arenas. Nah. Good, but nah. He said, what else did he say on that shit? And I was just like, you simileing us out our boots here, man. Something about Dubai. He said some shit like Dubai. Some shit. I don't know, man. But he pissed me off with all of them similes. But the song is still good though. I say all that to say the song is still good though, man. But you just the overuse of similes just pissed me off a little bit. Ran to Atlanta with Future. Skip. That's the only one I skip every time. I don't want to hear that shit. I've never been a fan of Future and Drake, other than like a select few songs that they got. Like damn. What was the name of that Drake and Future song that I loved? Drake and Future. Let me look it up. I'm doing all this shit live. I was not prepared. I ain't make no fucking notes. Life is Good. That's probably my favorite Drake and Future song. But when they came out with What a Time to Be Alive album, dud. I listened to that album once, dud. I don't want to hear that shit. I mean, I'm not the biggest Future fan, so I guess that got a lot to do with it. I like the Future song. Matter of fact, I'm lying. Wait for You is fire too. Wait for You is fire. Yeah, CLB, Way Too Sexy. I ain't like it. Used to This is fire. Okay, that's 3. Used to This is fire. Usually the Drake influenced Future. The Drake influenced Future Drake songs I like. The Future influenced Future Drake songs, I'm not the biggest fan of, man. Word. But yeah, that's the only big time skip on there to me. That Ran to Atlanta joint, you can keep that shit. Overall, man, I'm enjoying the album now as I get to my fourth and fifth listen. And let me just say this too, because my bro had put something, I had said something on Facebook about how I'm going on to my second and third listen of the Drake album. And he was like, nah, he wasn't feeling that because he was like, since when do we do second and third listens? I've always done second and third listens. I feel like when the album is really good, you want to, you got to give it that second and third listen. He said 90s and 2000s, we wasn't doing second and third listens. I mean, I feel like in the 90s and the 2000s, we wasn't even doing first listens if we wasn't really rocking with the shit. Like, you really had to sell us on your shit back in them days because that was a physical. You had to make us go out and spend our dollars to go get your shit. So you had to blow us away with a single. You had to trick us. If your album was going to be bullshit, your lead single had to be good enough to trick us to go buy that shit and then listen one time and realize this is some bullshit. We just going to keep the single. But we did first and second listens. Like, don't act like y'all never went out there, bought a whack album and listened to it more than 3 times to try to make that shit good because you spent your hard-earned $12.99 or however the fuck albums used to cost. Yeah, don't do that, man. We got to do second and third listens, man, because sometimes albums are very dense and you can't grasp the concept of the album on one listen. Every time you listen, you're going to get more and more of what the artist was trying to give us. It's art to me. So I'm trying to see, like, where you was trying to take us with this. We got to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I feel like once you listen to it, maybe 5 times, you got it. You grasp the album. And then at that point, the greatness separates albums. Either you gonna move away from it or you gonna keep listening to it because it's that good. Is Iceman gonna stand the test of time? We gonna see. As far as I know, Habibi and Maid of Honor, I'm off of it already, and I don't think I'm going back. There might be a couple joints I might spin back on that caught my ear on first listen, but them shits ain't getting no play, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I like R&B Drake, and I like a couple of dance club, whatever the fuck Drake was doing on that. Honestly, never mind shit. A couple of them joints was alright. But Iceman, I'm spinning. I'm rocking with Iceman probably for the next few days. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my 9 songs and move along with them shits. Hopefully this is the last of him addressing, the beefs. He got a couple lines off on Dot. I ain't mad. He got a couple lines off on he addressed the whole Khaled situation. He got a couple lines. I am tired of the whole LeBron thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired of the whole LeBron. All right, we get it. You and Bron, y'all don't fuck with each other no more. Or you don't fuck with Bron no more. I get it. But we off that. Let's move. Because what Bron gonna say? Bron not gonna say shit. So at this point, you just it's talking to a wall at this point. You can keep talking your shit about everybody else though, because everybody else got the power to respond or not respond. It's up to them. But yeah, man. Iceman. It's cool for now. You know what I mean? It's definitely not trash, but it's not the classic that I wanted it to be. I'll say that. It's not the classic that I wanted it to be. And I'm being objective. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being biased. I'm being objective. I like Drake's music. Drake is an all-time great. You know what I mean? Take Care. Shit, prior to this album coming out, the songs that I had on repeat from Drake, Over My Dead Body, I had going. Look, I'm going to look it up right now, matter of fact. Over My Dead Body, for some reason, I just connected with recently, and I'm just like, nah, this has always been one of my favorite Drake joints, and I just been spinning that, Over My Dead Body. Damn, what other Drake joints I've been listening to? Damn, it's not on here? There was another joint, man. I can't remember right now. It's real late, man. Y'all gotta pardon me. But yeah, now, we getting little sub beefs, little side beefs coming out with the release of Iceman. You got Rick Ross going back and forth with Rory and Mal. You got DJ Khaled releasing statements and shit. Listen, when you're an artist as big as Drake, man, when you drop your project, it's gonna cause shockwaves amongst the culture, B. That's just what we got. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to see what the final numbers are going to be as far as sales goes. We already know people are streaming this shit crazy. So is he going to get to 1 million? In a week, I don't see it. That's because that would be you gotta have a lot of hype to get to 1 million in a week. He did it with views. But y'all remember the hype that was on Views? Views had smash hits. Views had One Dance. Views had Controller. Views had smash hits that led up to the release of that album. But yeah, man, that's my 2 cents on Iceman. Word. There is speculation that Drake dropped these 3 albums because maybe he wants to get out of his deal and be independent. If that's what he's doing, then I respect it. But if that's not what he's doing, then I feel like this was a bad strategy. I said this on my gram. I'll say it again. I feel like if you put out 3 albums at once, that means you didn't have one good album. You know what I'm saying? It's like my sports reference was football. If there's a quarterback controversy, if it's a quarterback controversy and you got more than one quarterback, you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. So if you putting out 3 albums, that means you don't feel confident in one album. You know what I mean? But I feel like if he could have curated this shit, maybe he could have came out with some strong shit. You know what I'm saying? The 9 songs that I mentioned, along with, I know he got some shit on Habibi and Maid of Honor. I'm just not there. I'm just not there to get into it right now. But yeah, man, Iceman, I'm happy to see it drop. I'm happy to see the excitement around the hip hop culture right now. I'm happy to see all the conversations that are being had. I haven't really watched anybody's reviews. I listen to the JBP every week, but they paywalled the episode, so I didn't even get to hear what Joe Budden and them had to say about the Iceman album. You know, Drake album reviews is like one of the big things on the JBP. Any album review, really, any major artist album review. But yeah, we gonna see, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a long episode. We coming up on 30 minutes. Y'all knew what it was, man. Iceman, man. You heard? The streets gotta talk about it, man. I would love to know what the people think. Y'all loving Iceman? I know the Drake fans absolutely love it. Like, Drake fans, y'all gotta shut the fuck up because y'all biased. Y'all biased, man. Word. And stop comparing Drake and Kendrick. Like, stop it, man. Stop the shit. Enjoy Drake's project, man. Stop comparing. But if we're gonna compare, let's do it. GNX had hit singles on it. All right. I don't know. I don't care how much y'all want to clown Kendrick for Bing Bop Boom 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 Bop Bam, and he wasn't talking about shit on that. GNX has smash hits: Squabble Up, TV Off, Luther. What I'm missing? Reincarnated. Heart Part 6. GNX had joints that jumped out. And let's talk Cole too. Since we gonna do it, let's talk Big 3, because he did address Cole on Iceman. He ain't fucking with Cole no more. Cole had standout songs on the Fall Off. Let's talk about it. Safety. Bunts Road Blues. Hit the Gas. Yeah, he had standouts on there, man. I'm still spinning that Cole album too. Cole album's still in my rotation. So yeah, you know, Drake got standouts. Janice Shut the Fuck Up is a standout. Make Them Remember is a standout. But it's just chill. Like, it's just chill music. I feel like it's chill music. Like, you can't listen to this shit in the gym. You can't listen to this shit while you prepare for battle. You know, this is just chill. You throw this shit on a whip, you just cruise and you do this. That's what Iceman is, man. Iceman is not giving you What Did I Miss is the only song that really give you that bop. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But from what I'm understanding is the streets is loving Shebang. Shebang is looking like the bop. From what I'm understanding. I'm not a fan of Shebang. I'm not a fan. I don't hate it. I'm just, it wasn't one of my keepers. But it looks like Shebang is the bop. And I'm guessing y'all loving Ran to Atlanta too. I don't love it. Too Hard for the Radio. I could see that joint going up. I could see it. Funny shit I seen online. Somebody called Too Hard for the Radio Squabble Down. That shit was the funniest shit I seen all weekend. I'm not gonna lie. They called Too Hard for the Radio Squabbled Down. That shit was funny as hell. Yeah, man, the jokes is flying, man, but I'm not gonna keep y'all too much, man. I'm not gonna keep y'all here too much longer. I'm pretty much done, matter of fact, man. That's my 2 cents. Y'all tap in with me. I don't even know if I got clips out of this. I don't even know if I'm gonna clip this up or what, but that's my 2 cents on Drake, Iceman. Like it or love it. I'm Regular Mike. This is the Regular Mike Show, episode 16. Cheers.